You guys are back on. Go ahead.
Okay, we are back here right on time when Thorsten finally scratched on the brake.
How about that? He drew it up table and found a pocket.
Sorry, we had some technical problems, but now we are back. Oh, and the most perfect, the most important thing is I got my black tea
is
now. Tea is ready, so we can continue here. It's not a comfortable lead, but it's a lead, 80 to 29, and now it's Most interesting is if Darren can put now a couple racks together to keep up, or even whatever. I mean, he's a world champion; he can run out any time when he comes to the table.
He
right?
has proven that several times. He may be taking a break right now.
They're going to blow it up.
Was he taking a timeout already?
Well, I think he wanted probably taking his time out just to come back and prepare for his 121 ball run.
Okay, so technically the stream is back on on the right time to see live the timeout from Darren Appleton. How about that? Enjoy the timeout from Darren Appleton.
Okay, you guys take a break. If you need to. They're taking a break?
He's 2 in and I'm 3.
I just had a major problem. Fixed it. I lost. I'm going to have to do some editing, some audio editing. Fortunately, I got the recording though.
We are right back at the right time for Darren is taking his time.
We're back. Wow, there's a lot of pressure on this work, man. See how one little mistake screws the whole 500 people up watching it, the whole recording and the whole thing. It's insane. Yeah, you gotta have it. Here it is. You can always use your phone camera too, whatever. Just getting, yeah, I'll tell them what happened. So we just had a major malfunction on the show. All right. Major malfunction on the show. I screwed up. I pulled the audio cable out during the finals with Ralph Becker and Andy Lincoln commentating, wasting their time. And these things happen. One little mistake. I thought it was my phone charger. I pulled it out. The computer, boom. 500 people watching. All crashed down. It's all done. Chaos. Total chaos on the screen, Doug. So we're getting it done though. We're in the finals. This is the final stretch. Everybody's making it happen. Good job. Thank you.
Great job. Ralph. I've been listening. Looks like he's coming.
Yeah,
He's coming.
Good. All right, you guys ready? Thanks, Doug.
Okay, Darren Appleton is back, and so we are.
Well, he doesn't waste any time after his timeout, huh? He's back and firing the 8 ball.
Yeah, Mr. Dynamite.
And you
Dynamite or not?
Mr. Dynamite, I think he's looking at the 3 to open some things up here.
I would even would have preferred to draw it a little, to go and open the rack with a 13.
Yes.
I mean, why not? Because when you use now the 3 ball, then you run into the 13. Okay, it's not a major thing if you do it this or that way, right? It's also a thing that you're not thinking too much sometimes. It's better to make a decision finally and go forward.
Stick with your decision.
Stick with your decision, yeah.
I like that thought. And after all that, he's going to go for the 15. Perhaps he'll go up to the 13 now. What do you think?
He tried it.
He did, but
too much.
May have trouble.
Well, still, as long as he's not super straight, he got enough angle to get a perfect angle on the 3 ball.
And he's got room to get his cue in there. Oh.
That's okay. Now he has a nice hit on the 2 ball, right? And it should open it up pretty well. Depends on him if he's... Hey, man. I can't work with those English sharpshooters.
You can't figure out what But I think I like his thought process. If he broke it with a 3, he was going to push all the balls together.
Yeah.
So he probably tried to clear out the other side a little bit. The other problem with the 3 is there wasn't really an insurance shot, so maybe he felt like he wasn't ready to take the chance when he didn't really have to yet. And now we're looking at the 4 with the 5 is a nice insurance shot. There we go. Table looks much better now.
You got the full control now. So, and if you got so many choices, I mean now it's only the 10 ball, but so many choices of what he like to play position and what kind of order he's going to choose, I hold back my predictions.
You learn quickly, Ralph.
Absolutely. Not that quickly, unfortunately. But maybe I can say good night to any German listener or watch or German people who are watching the live stream, because it's now like 12:30. Oh no, they had 1 hour more or less now because they have the summertime changing. Summer winter time. I don't know. Is it 11:30 now or 12:30 or even 1:30 in Germany? But anyway, it's time to go to bed.
That's
for
right.
the German listeners.
Sleepy time.
And he's studying these last 5 balls. They're sort of a little bit close together. He's really liking the 11 probably as the break shot.
Yeah, it's a perf. But the 6 ball has no direct pass, so he has to take care of the 5 ball first, and now he got only 4 balls left. It's not easy to manage, right?
Right.
So now he needs a perfect position, either way, on the 5 or on the 6, right?
Right. And he may be a little straight here on the 9, where it limits his choices on how he can do exactly what you said.
I can see the perfect angle here. I mean, just when he let it roll, I mean, too much. Then he's in the shadow of the 11. Then he can't get a straight shot on the 6, right?
And the 5 would be a tough cut there if he went a little too far. So this is really a precise play right there. If he's really trying to get right there to play the 6 next, it's got to roll it just right.
Had a good crowd watching. About 400.
I guess he's doing fine.
I like that shot. I couldn't have done any better with ball in hand. That's a good spot to be in right there.
I would try to let it follow a little bit and to get this angle here, not a straight shot on the 5, because with this angle this leads you over 2 rails coming out nicely in the center of the table.
Very, very predictable. It's just a speed shot again. You know, you got to make sure you roll far enough and not too far.
And you got some tolerance in the speed as well, right? Because a diamond more or less
Is okay. Not the end of your run.
not less, but maybe. You know?
Oops. Sure, he's got a little bit of angle there. He's fine. Going into the 3 ball or so.
3 and
Perhaps
10 in between.
perhaps the
And
top
if
of the
he-
3.
Oh.
He spread a little bit, but
Looks like he can go for the 7.
it looks like there's a little alley right in there.
And with the 12, you get the perfect angle to open the rack with a 6.
This is what you really like. When you need to go into the balls to spread them out, you're going to have this 12 from pretty much anywhere down here.
Perfect thing would be if he would have right now the angle, the perfect angle on the 6, and then he can leave the 12 as an insurance when he's
Sure.
breaking those balls.
He's a little straight on the 6, but maybe he can still do it.
Right. So if you have the case in your game, sometimes when you have already the break shot there, just leave the ball in front of the pocket as an insurance.
It looks like the 6 was probably straight on.
Now it's even more straight. So he's going the same. He's going to make the same trick like before, going 2 rails out and try to open the rack from the other side with the 8-ball probably. Which is already a prediction. This is not good if you have an English player at the table.
well, he certainly looked at the 8, and he's even coming around to look at it again. So, and he has more than one option here, so got plenty of opportunity to get back into those balls. I think it's likely the 2-ball goes here.
2-ball? Yeah, but I thought he's going to get. Yeah, I don't say anything.
I only know that because I saw him look at it just now. Okay, he rearranged it some. And this is a race to just 150. The 2 players, I think, are, while they're anxious to win this tournament, they're also anxious to get down to the U.S. Open, where they've been given the day off, so that they won't have to play tonight, but they will have to play tomorrow. And they probably still just want to get down to the venue.
Yeah,
So
I've heard about there's a house tournament going on down there in Norfolk.
A little tournament. Somebody threw it together last week. But
Yeah.
both players agreed to just go to 150, so they probably get a little earlier start there. And here's what we were looking for earlier. Little angle to go up and rearrange things.
Yeah, finally he got an angle on the 6 I'm talking about.
He may still want to bump the 4 and the 13. The 3 is really kind of a nice break ball at this point.
Yeah. Just a 4 and a 13.
Yeah, so
And that's perfect. I
Yes.
guess it's just enough that the 13 will pass the 3-ball in the corner pocket.
and if it didn't, then it was going to be a concern where you'd have to really figure out how to get it out. But it's really come up nice. He's got the 8 clean.
If it didn't, then he should take care of the 15 in order to have a clear pass for the 10 ball, and after the 10 he could play the 13 in the other corner pocket.
Oh, there you go. But it looks like they all go where they are. In fact, the 13 could be the break shot if he can see the 3. And I think that's what we're seeing right now.
What happened to the 3-ball?
He shot the 3-ball because he felt the 13 was just as good a break shot. Even a little more space.
Yeah.
Now he's going to take care of this ball. That wasn't really helping anything. And he's going to have a very nice end pattern here. Okay, he bumped the 10.
Why not? Now he's straight up. Looks like he has to use the 13 as a middle side pocket break shot. He's looking at it.
He's shaking his head. He probably thought, well, what could really go wrong if I bump this ball? And, well, yeah, you would have been okay most of the time, but he's in a little trouble.
Now he's pointing his cue, maybe. When he's going for a draw, he has a hell of a break shot then. I mean, very difficult if he's just going for a draw. If he make a stop shot, then he's only a side break shot, which is not that perfect break shot.
Well, you can see him shaking his head. And I will tell you from watching matches on this table earlier in this tournament, you can't really cheat the pocket very much either. So, you know, probably just a little bit to get off the rail and play the 13 in the side is
diamond
perhaps
tables.
the best opportunity here. This is really quite a lost opportunity. Maybe he can recover, maybe not.
The tight pockets here on the diamond tables, I know that, because also in Berlin we have diamond tables.
Oh,
over
yes.
there. I mean, probably the only ones in Germany, but we got them in Berlin, so I'm used to play them. Oh.
Well,
He's
the,
not satisfied with that.
indecision led to a bad execution, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause
So, will he go now and play the 13 in the head corner and smash the rack open. What about that? Or just roll it into the side pocket and play
Maybe
safety.
in my straight pool league, players would shoot that, but we'll see about it in a finals. We don't have the right camera angle to see, but it just looks fairly straight from here. Maybe there's a little bit. Looks like he's hitting. Well, again, the indecision means it's probably a little straight.
Come on. For a dynamite English sharpshooter, the 13 has to be fired into the head corner pocket.
And explode the rack.
I like this when you're a commentary man. You can always say something like this. If I have to stand in front of this ball, I'm not sure about my decision.
You know?
All right.
That was a
safety battle.
That was
Last safety battle was won by Thorsten. Let's see how about that. How this will turn out. I mean, he won't go for this aggressive shot, break shot on the 15, but probably trying to hit the 7 ball as thin as possible and bring the cue ball back near where it is now.
And I think he's good on this shot. You can see there's a little space between the 7 and the 14, and that kind of helps you when you thin the ball. If they're all frozen and you thin the ball pops out the other side. But with the gap between the 7 and the 14, he's going to be able to get back down table without potentially giving up any shot. It's still a long way from the cue to the 7, though. And as you said earlier, when you're faced with a difficult shot, probably best to take your time. You'll get into a rhythm when you're shooting balls in, not
Sure.
when you're looking at a long safety from the other end of the table. This is a very critical shot.
Oh, he's
Shooting the
aiming at the
15.
15.
Maybe you wanted to see what it looked like from down on the...
Put your seatbelts on.
He's looking at it again.
Wow. Not rewarded. Not rewarded. What a
Especially
nice
if these
shot.
two line up. Do you think the 7 goes?
Oh, how can I decide if he has to take a close look?
There's nothing up there. We can tell you that. We had this view. There's nothing but a combination or a back cut.
It's a shame if you go for a risky shot like that and you make it and you don't get anything out of it.
If you look here, it's behind the edge of the 1, but he doesn't need to hit the 7 straight. It just doesn't really look like there's enough in there to do it.
I guess I played the first time Thorsten when he was like 13.
13?
Yeah. He was, and he was already a ball machine back then.
Boy. Well, Nathan Childress is 14. He plays out of this room, and he just won the national championships in America for the 14 and under division.
Nice.
So Thorsten opted to play safe there.
He could have had that earlier. So, let's see. Is there any combination available, maybe? Hard to tell, but this would be a situation some experts will somebody take into consideration to take also a intentional foul. Just to roll it up into the stack, right? Even when your opponent also makes an intentional foul, you got now maybe a tangent to kick slightly at the ball and roll it back to the rail, you know?
And get out of your foul.
Yeah.
Your first foul. Yes, I have seen that strategy.
I've learned that strategy from Richard Lane. You know Richard Lane? Dick Lane from
Oh,
Texas? Yeah. I spent with him, a lot of matches we played
Oh, yeah.
in Dallas. All
We'll see
right.
what he does here.
Okay, he's doing the same thing but without a foul.
Perhaps even better.
Yeah, that's of course if you got opportunity. If you have it lined up like he did, right? You don't have that always, this opportunity. But now it's also he can handle it pretty okay. Just make a straight shot on the 15 or the 2 ball.
Right.
You can leave the cue ball almost where it is.
Yeah,
Pretty secure.
I've seen there's 10 balls in there, and I've seen safety battles where you shoot several of these shots until someone runs out of places to hide. Like you say, he could very likely just shoot the 10 ball.
Normally I would go for the 2 ball, but maybe it's too close to the cue ball to, it's sometimes hard to make a legal shot when they're very close together.
If it's so close that you're thinking about it,
Oh,
you may not come up with the result you're looking for.
look at this.
Now, do you like how he came back to the end rail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He offered a shot on the 4 ball, I believe so. In the head corner.
Yeah. A challenging shot, but
Yep.
he has left. It does look like there's a shot here. We can flip it around. And he's shooting it.
Nice shot. So this safety battle was won by Darren Appleton this time.
Yeah, well, and he needed it. He was down a couple racks.
But pocket billiard is not about who needs it, really, right? Pocket billiard was never a game of.
Okay, he earned it then. What about that shot there? He had an open table, and now he's looking at a tough cut, a makeable cut. Cue ball maybe will run into the 1.
All the way around.
Perhaps it'll miss.
All the way around 3 rails. It's also a common standard shot to go always back into center of the table. So there are some drills available where you learn to come back into the center from every given position. Very important, especially for this game. 1 ball maybe is good as a break shot, so he don't has to carom anything or carom much to get something out, even though probably he has to carom something here with the 5 and 8. But that's not a big problem, right?
Right. I mean, he can use the 9 to get on this 2 ball here and move the 5 and the 8.
And out of that, he can create on purpose or by accident also another break shot alternative.
Right. It looks like he's kind of looking at that now. It's even possible the 8 goes from over there.
Yeah, he's looking at it. Okay, I still got my tea in front of me from Bigelow. It's Bigelow. Do we have Bigelow on the sponsor list? Not yet, right? We're working on it next
Give them a
year.
call. Give them a call.
Give them a call.
Okay, maybe he wasn't far enough down there for the 8.
Now he is, huh?
And now he is. He's put that 9 ball on the rail.
Instead of using it, right, to get a
I'm
perfect
not
position on the 8.
sure why he didn't use it, but it looks like he's in the right spot now. Well,
I mean, he don't need a break shot. He got one. He got the
Yeah,
1 ball,
and
so he's fine. No much trouble.
something is on his mind with his 8 ball. I wonder if it's not quite as clear as we think it is. Yes.
Different solutions by Darren Appleton.
And working out perfectly, I might add, because I think he has the angle now on the 8 to go up there and take care of the 9. And then he can play the 5, 12 and have the 1 as
You
the
can
break
also
shot.
play a 12, 5, 9, 8. Just for fun. Come on, don't do it with the 8.
As you said, there's 4 balls. There's at least 10 combinations here.
If the table is wide open, I mean, you can divide it normally into 3 groups, and then you go for the last group, which is around the break shot. The beginning group, which is near your first options, right? And the middle group, and then you only see like 3 groups. And inside the groups, normally the patterns are, not that important. You can choose almost any pattern inside one group. The key ball is mostly to go one group into the next group. This keeps you always. You always have the overview, the control over it, because when you see only instead of 10 or 11 or 12 open balls, single balls, you see only 3 pieces there, like 3 groups.
It really simplifies your strategy. It makes the solution present itself a little better. And it was an odd shot on the 5 there, but again, he's come up nice where he can just roll up, play the 12 in the side, and get exactly where he'd like to on the 1.
Yeah, looks like he's going to have a very nice break shot after that. So we should think about to take Lipton or Bigelow as the next sponsor here, huh? Or Twinnings maybe. What do you prefer?
So how about this break shot? A lot of angle.
With this kind of
Good
angle,
way from the stack.
with this kind of angle, I think you can always choose also high on the cue ball.
And you won't scratch in the corner.
And you won't scratch in the corner. If you got the other angle, then it's risky. But here you can choose high, you see. You will be close to the pocket, to the corner pocket, but almost no... I wouldn't say no, but not so much chances of scratching with high.
And 1 pocket players are familiar with that. If you put the high on, it bends a little bit, and it just always catches the end rail. And he got a fairly good spread. You know, he's got the 6 and the 13 over here on the left to deal with.
Maybe it's an interesting thing. Interesting part of this rack is how to deal with the 13 and the 6.
Right.
How would you deal with them? Maybe letting the cue ball running into it right now? No, he's pointing there where he's pointing his cue. That's what he's thinking about to send the cue ball at.
And I think the 15 is enough of a cut where he almost feels like he's going to have to run into, like, say, the 5. There you go.
Oh, he's missing the 5.
There is a
missing
pocket over
the
there.
8, and missing the pocket.
There you go.
Okay. He might have a shot on the 6.
Might have the 6 right now, huh?
Yeah.
Can't do too much with the cue ball, though.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
That's right.
If he's not going for the 6, and probably he can't get it from there. And when he can't get it, then it remains as a problem. Oh, he can. So I just draw it nicely. Got a security ball back there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, nice.
That was a beautiful stroke right there. Never touched the 13, never
Great.
kept everything predictable by not touching anything.
So, what else is left to look for in this rack?
Just pay attention. You know, is there a break shot?
And enjoy your tea.
You could probably enjoy your tea. Well, you could probably, pick out your break ball here now. Maybe the 12 is good. There's still a lot of balls on the table to figure everything out.
I mean, don't get us wrong. Of course, we think it's easy for this caliber of player.
Yes.
For a beginner, of course, it's mission impossible sometimes to make 3 balls in a row, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a difficult task. And if you lose, even a top player, if he loses for a moment his concentration, he can easily screw it up, right? And create
Right.
some problems
Absolutely.
easily. So it's still an art what he's doing, even though it looks very easy.
Yes, yes, exactly. Now, do you like the 2 or the 12 as the better break shot?
Normally the 12, but the 2 ball has the advantage because of the 8 ball or what it is there.
Yeah.
This, if you get a nice position on this 8 ball as a last shot, right? A stop shot, a straight in shot, doesn't matter in the corner or in the side, then. But here's the answer to your question.
I talked you right into that. Wrong prediction, didn't I?
I didn't predict it. I just said this would be the advantage of this break shot.
I mentioned it because I saw him look at that option,
Uh-huh.
but apparently he likes something else better.
Maybe the 3. He likes 3.
Now, when do you like going up table to get this ball?
Pardon me?
When do you
This
like going
14?
up to get this ball up on the upper left? When
Anytime.
do you like getting that?
Anytime he wants, he can even keep it as the last ball.
Even as the last ball?
He can. You know, there's nothing near the side pocket which would be the preferred ball to leave before the break shot.
Right.
So how can you screw up on the 15, 14 or no? The what is it up there? The single. Yeah,
Well,
he's
now
going for it now probably.
Now he's jacked up a little
Yeah,
bit.
shaking his head.
Yes.
So he might go for the 4, 12, and then this anonymous ball there in the head corner.
It's the 16 ball.
16 ball.
Well, he's also a little bit straight on this ball up there. Had he had more angle, it's fine to swing it around 3 rails. And now that he's kind of straight and jacked up, makes it harder to get the ball back. So
Yeah.
like you said, he's just going to go ahead and do the 4 instead.
Yeah. Like I tried to say before, whatever angle do you can get on this ball to not to get a position on the 3. I mean,
Yeah, it just becomes a speed shot because it's a long way from that ball to
Right.
your break shot. And he's left himself where he's going to go 3 rails. And you just don't
3? 1. I mean 2. I mean both long rails. What do you think he's going high right?
I think he's going high. No,
Low
looks,
left.
Looks low left, doesn't it? And he worked that perfectly. And luckily did not listen to me.
Oh, high right would also not be wrong, you know. It's just a personal preference.
Right.
Some players really like to go this way or that way. I mean, if they screw up a couple times in a row, they should think about alternatives, maybe.
Shoot each one 50 times and see which one works best for you.
Yeah.
So he's going to go right into the 8
He got a
and the 10.
lead. He got a lead now. 84, 81.
How about that? How about that?
Oh, almost a Thorsten Hohmann style break shot, huh?
Well,
But not hard enough to bring the cue ball back in the center.
it's a fine line. If you want to go down there, you really want to go down, so you come back out. He came out a little bit, so he's be able to shoot probably the 11 or the 8. You know, he's got options. Each one of them has got its own challenges. None of them are hangers.
I would probably go for the 11.
Yes, because you can
Near
come
the
down on
rail.
the 13. Is he looking at the 2-4? I don't see that being the shot.
A little bit closer together, and it would be the most comfortable shot.
It might, yeah. Looks like he's definitely considering the 2-4.
He missed it. Oh. Just after he captured the lead. But he didn't
Yes.
left much.
No, he's left the 9 in the side, so he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be
the
able.
9 in the side.
It is with 15 balls. He
And
really only
now-
had one shot.
Thorsten take its time out.
Thorsten's taking his time out and settling his mind to get ready for this 1969 ball run to 150.
Should we take also a timeout, or should we make a commercial break and going through all our sponsors? Huh?
Well, you can do that. I'll take a break.
You take a break. And you have to stand this. You have to stand this now. It's America, right? In America, it's an old American tradition to have commercial breaks, right? So it's all about Diamond Billiards and Dorsey Holdings, Tom and Cindy Dorsey, Ivan Simonis, Aramid Billiard Ball, Simonis Class, Ivan Lee, Nathan P. Solinsky, Peter and Sandra Sears, She Alexis of Annapolis, Rebecca Snow Burrs and Eric R. Eddington, Bob and Vicky Paskey, and Bob Jewett, who was also a participant on its own here in this event. So, this is about a commercial break. Did you survive? You should. As a good American, you should survive all commercial breaks.
I am a Berliner.
Oh, here comes another one.
I bin Berliner,
Who's
right?
back here, huh?
Wow, man. So, hey, man, I'm learning so much from listening to you over here while I'm going crazy trying to fix everything. Now I'm grabbing a mouse for the wrong computer.
It's interesting to see this. I see so many cables here, so many things you can
Total
touch.
chaos, my friend. It's the one-man show here. So, trying to get everything squared away with the stream. Hopefully everybody's having a good time out there on Ustream.tv and watching on the Billiard Channel. I want to thank our sponsor, Save money, be energy efficient, and gogreen.com. Harness the power of the sun, nature, and technology. Learn about on-site generation and microgrids coupled with customized conservation solutions. The future of energy. Save money, be energy efficient, and gogreen.com, and you will remember I command you.
You did it perfect because now Thorsten is back.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to have you continue on. I'll be right there with you.
So after taking care of this little bird sitting in front of the side pocket, he kept the control over the cue ball, got many options anyway, and he got a break shot already for the next rack. And believe it or not, he's certainly thinking so far as a world champion. But we will see. 7 and 5 might be interesting to look at, but it's okay after he plays the 6 ball, right? So so many possibilities.
He could shoot the 12 now and get right on that 6 and then take care of either the 5-7.
Easy way would also be the 4 ball, 2 ball, 6 ball, and then taking the 5 and the 7. And then there's
plenty of opportunity.
not so much left. Yeah. Did we mention Lukash is also a sponsor of the event, isn't it?
Yes. Official cue
And
sponsor.
it's also a sponsor from Thorsten Hohmann, a long-time sponsor from Thorsten.
Right, many years. In fact, somebody just won themselves a brand new Lucasi in our cue raffle.
They had a nice cue raffle. I bought 3 tickets and I didn't get it.
You got
Come on.
you got 3 tickets.
We want to mention Muellers.com, Muellers.com as well. They sponsored Inside Pool for the last year. Very good sponsor to us, and they're helping make it happen, everybody, what you're watching. Thank you, Muellers.com. Send them a note. Tell them you love Inside Pool. Do it. Please.
Miller.com, okay.
and order something while you're there.
Absolutely.
I have ordered from Mueller's before.
What did you order?
Lots of billiard supplies. They have
All right.
racks, they have cues, they have ball sets, everything you
In
want.
Germany, they might look for a different website because in Germany we have another brand which is called Muller Milk.
Oh, okay. Might not work out.
Okay, he's now looking at to play a 13 or 7 ball. You know, 7 ball is not a perfect angle on it. 13 is pretty secure, but then he has to come back somehow on the other side to take care of the 5 and the 7.
Yeah, and he could do that with the 8, but
But that's our break shot. Come on, it's a
my-
holy ball.
it's
Don't
the holy
touch
ball.
the break
Don't
shot.
no matter the consequences, avoid shooting the break shot. I don't know if I agree with that. Maybe he can. I don't know.
I mean, depends. If I have beginners in straight pool lessons, you know, the first thing I tell them you should play the first is the break shot. Because when you
That
play
way you
better
don't
players, right?
Right. That way you don't leave the other player on a big run. They can only get up to 13 or 14 balls.
That's right. Sometimes you drive them crazy by doing this strategy.
You can also frustrate a good player very
Yep.
nicely this way.
Yeah.
Now he's looking at one of these balls on the side, I think, right? If let's see what he does here. He's really only got the 12 or the 14, I guess. And it looks like the 14 is the shot here. Okay.
Oh, he's going for the 8 ball. My holy 8 ball.
Well, he could shoot the 1 if he likes and break that out.
No. No.
Too much unpredictability for you?
Yeah.
Why he's standing over it now, Ralph? And decided it was the wrong option?
Here it goes. I'm crying.
I tell you what, if he gets on the right angle on the 7, he can bump the 5 toward the 1, maybe create a break shot and have
Look at
one of those
this.
balls on the side.
Look at this. He's going what you tell him. 1 ball and open up those 2 balls. Oh, he got
Okay.
even now. Oh.
Got the ball up on him.
He still got the insurance ball in the center of the table. But from there, it's a long journey for the cue ball to get in a nice position.
Well, it kind of depends on the 8 and the 7. He could maybe shoot it from there. Could maybe shoot a lot of maybes.
That's a
maybes.
tough shot now. Not only to pocket. Oh, he's drawing it.
Really?
He's aiming low at the cue ball.
Okay.
Stopping it.
He
Oh,
might-
the 5.
He must be able to
goes.
get the 5 out of here. The only thing I don't like about the 5 is you're going perhaps 2 rails over here. Unless you hit it soft and play one of the balls back in the side.
So he's going to play it soft.
If you go it around, the balls are sort of doubled up.
Probably he's just without hitting the foot rail. No, he's going for it. 2 rails. And on the other side.
Okay.
Pretty good.
That's a nice shot.
He might go for the 7 now. He has to go for the 7 sooner or later. It's in the way of the 8.
Yeah, I do like this. If you shoot the 7,
Now the
Ye-
12 and then the
yeah.
7.
yeah,
Now he's fine. Very fine.
he's in good shape. Get on up. Here it comes. Well, that was solved very nicely. He's going to have another nice break shot.
Yeah, it's a pretty progressive angle here. You know?
He didn't take very long thinking about it. Do you think he meant to go quite so far?
He don't care.
He's like, you know what? Going to
He's
blast it
going
open
to
from
fire it in.
They call him the hitman, so protect, just
Yeah,
going to hit
yeah.
this.
Going to hit this.
That's what the angle looks like.
Looks nice.
It's really not so bad.
Yeah, it's
He's certainly going right into 6 and 12.
hitting the 6 first, so you can go high anyway. Oh, man. I tell you what, this is the 3rd break shot like this, with this kind of angle he's missing today. He missed 2 of them in his earlier match.
Very uncharacteristic.
Absolutely. And 9 balls of a lead is not really comfortable.
Well, Appleton needs 65. He needs 56. It's you have to recognize it's just one turn at the table at any time.
It's like Russian roulette. It can be over within the next inning. He's checking here those two balls, probably the 10 and the 4. So just the usual things to taking care of, in what kind of order. You don't want to leave them till the end.
Right. He had a nice
Unless-
opportunity to roll up there, so he can solve that problem right now.
On the other side, we have also a little bit traffic with a 3, 9, and 1 ball. Of course, you have to shoot the 1 ball before you go for the 5, unless you shoot the 5 up or upwards to the head pockets.
Yeah. And the 9-3 is really not a tough combination.
But they are all minor problems.
Right, very minor problems. Do you like the 12 as a break ball, or is it too high?
It's Darren on the table. I don't predict break shots on
Oh, okay. You've given up on that. There's no future in that career.
I mean, the 14 is also... Look at the 14. If the 14 is outside... Oh, forget about the 14.
No, might be shooting the 12. There's too many shots on the table. The table's so open, he has at least 3 shots, 4 shots.
So now it's his choice to go for the combination 9-3, or use the 1 ball to knock the 9 ball a little bit out, or use the 1 ball to get a precise position on the 3, or whatever. Too many options. I don't want to predict it.
Well, you had mentioned earlier the 1 needs to go before the 5, so
That's for sure.
you know, maybe he shoots the 1 and then the 9-3 combination.
Get a sharp position on the 3.
Get perfect position and avoid the combination altogether.
Yeah.
And he's got an insurance ball in the upper left pocket, so there was no danger.
Does he also have one of those new iPhone watches?
Oh, I don't know. Is that what he has?
I don't know. Some players mentioned to me, when you have an iPhone watch, you can receive messages during your play.
Well, I could have you coaching me then if I did that.
How about that? It might distract you more than helps.
Do what?
Stop! So, you're right. You probably leave the 12 ball as a break shot.
I think you're going to see the 5-6 be the last 2 balls.
Now it's clear. 13, 2 ball or 4 ball, what it is, and then the 5-6.
So I'm not sure if we've mentioned it. Darren Appleton is the defending champion of this event. He won last year. And in 2013, Thorsten had won it. So
I was there.
They both won before. Oh, that's right. You were there 2 years ago, right? We've been doing this tournament for 11 years. This is the 11th year. It was previously the Maryland State Straight Pool Tournament. We had such a strong field anyway, and the Europeans explained to their countrymen that they won the Maryland Straight Pool, and they got no reaction whatsoever.
Yeah.
So we expanded a little bit, and we had a fairly powerful field, so we called it the American Straight Pool Championship, and we moved it down to this beautiful room in Virginia.
That's a smart move, I think, because just the title alone attracts much more players if they have a title like this on the resume. And it's a prestigious title because when you have a look at the strong field we got this year, right?
Right. It's certainly more than a state championship type of field.
At least better to call it a Midlothian house tournament, right? The annual. The annual Midlothian Club Championship. Some prestigious members over here, right?
Yeah. So he's going to go into the stack here a little bit.
Okay, he got in one way control because he got several options here how to run it, but there's still some work left to do, especially if you take a closer look at the 1, 13 and 8 ball, also the 5. But 5 is already an option. Maybe not a first class option, but already an option to go for it. Probably he's going to try to handle it with a 4 and maybe after that with a 7. I just mentioned the 1, 13 and 8 is the last remaining thing you have to pay attention on, right?
Yeah, that really is a line of balls that need to get solved, and maybe it was at the 2 or the 4 there. Could be the first choice.
Probably the 8 can pass. The 8 can pass the 1 ball, yeah. And then, yeah, he has to play position on the 8 and then open up the 13 and 5. So he can even have an option after that between the 1 ball and the 15 ball as a break shot.
Kind of need to not create problems that weren't there, though.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's done it just very nicely.
That's why sometimes they told you it's a strategy when you have a partly open rack, right? When you have some 3, 4, 5 balls around the original rack, and when you have a break shot on it, the advice is sometimes to take care of the balls around it first, because if you go right away for the break shot, then the opening of the rack creates other problems with the outside balls, with the open outside balls. And that's what you don't want. Do you think straight pull is coming back as a major game like it was before the 70s and 80s?
Well, there are certainly 2 or 3 events a year that seem to be well attended by very top players. Plus there's the Derby City Challenge idea too, which is always exciting.
Yeah, I like that too.
I still don't really see it being played in pool rooms recently, but certainly the top players are at least practicing right before coming to our events.
I mean, it's sometimes a shame. I mean, the Americans are the inventor of the straight pool, right?
And you're leading it in Europe.
And the Europeans are the only ones who are left to play it on a regular basis in the league and everywhere.
Right.
And then we got sometimes players like Darren Appleton, who is talented and interested in any kind of game and is able to master it on his first attempt.
Yeah. He's only really played straight pool for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Not really a whole lot.
Oh. So maybe straight pull is coming back. How about that?
We can always hope, right?
It was invented in 1912, first time. Invented maybe 1910, but firstly played as a world championship in 1912. I guess the invention goes back to Jerome Keogh. And yeah, but he wasn't the first champion though. Somebody else was. But the first dominant players in this category of game was Frank Taberski, and after that following by Ralph Greenleaf, who dominated between 1919 and 1937, and he was followed by Willie Mosconi. And we all know Willie Mosconi now. But Ralph Greenleaf was a same caliber of player, just one generation before.
And Peter Burrows, the promoter of this event for the last 7 years, he's his family were friends with Mosconi in
Oh, yeah?
Chicago.
All right.
And they used to go over to his house and hit balls around with Willie Mosconi.
All right, that's great. And other competitors to the era of Willie Mosconi were Jimmy Carroll and Irving Crane.
And right up through the 60s and even the early 70s, they kept playing. Steve Miserak, I think, was
Yep.
a champion for a while, and Mike Siegel, of course, played a lot.
Mike Siegel, Nick Warner,
And
Steve
then
Miserak.
there really weren't a lot of straight pool tournaments in the 80s.
Absolutely.
Then I think in 1990, our competitor Bobby Hunter won a world championship in Cleveland.
And they made it, the official world championship made it in 1990 in 9-ball back then, right? Before they had world opens. And yeah, this was basically the change. And but now Charlie Williams, Dragon Promotions, was doing it. I mean, the idea came from Thorsten actually.
Did it really?
Yeah, to have to revive this straight
Right.
pool thing. So he's doing a great job to.
That's a very strong
promote
event. That's a very strong event. And, we're a little smaller, but we have some of the same powerful players that you see in the World Tournament.
Absolutely, this is a world caliber field here. And Darren now on 113, so he is now in a very nice distance to close the match.
He really is. It's 2.5 racks or so.
What I really like here is his desire, his 100%, his forget about 100%, 120% to give when he's on the table and trying to win everything he can.
He seems to be good at letting go of his mistakes because he's made a couple mistakes in this match. But that doesn't mean he's not going to run 60 or 70 at the end and suddenly grab the match. Okay, he's going to take the 9 up in the corner. It was blocking that other ball, the 12 ball anyway, or 10 ball.
Our first German superstar was Oliver Ortmann, right? Who won an American event in straight pool. And by the way, he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, right? Next week, right?
Is he? I thought he was already in.
In the straight pool Hall of Fame.
Oh, I see.
But not in the BCA Hall of Fame. So they will induct him this Wednesday, I believe so.
Oh. Yeah, he's won that World Tournament possibly twice.
If not 3 times.
If
I believe
not
3 times.
I think you're right. I think it's 3 times. I think Thorsten may have won it 3 times as well.
4 times.
4 times.
Straight pool, yeah.
All of these great players, and they're coming through.
We
4
haven't left
times.
much for the Americans recently.
We get to host it. Well, certainly Johnny Archer and John Schmidt have been 2 of the strongest American players. John Schmidt doesn't play as many tournaments.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that.
Yeah.
When I see his Facebook posts, it sounds more like he's back on the road. And when we talk about Ortmann, they say he already got a free win today because his opponent forfeit or didn't show up. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oliver is still playing on a very high level. I mean, he still stays in competition since his first win here at the. It wasn't a World Open. It was a U.S. Straight Pool Open. He won first 1989.
Oh, okay, back then.
Yeah.
I'll be moving that scorecard here in a minute.
All right.
So let's go back to this rack here. Yeah, the 4-ball is a little bit lonely over there, and it's hard to get a position from there, right?
Exactly.
Lonely road, the pool screening road. You alright? No? I'll take over.
So he's using a 3-ball to go a little bit closer maybe to this 4-ball, or got now options of course also on the 2-ball maybe, or the 7, but I guess his intention was to come closer to the 4-ball.
Yeah, the 4-ball's just not helping matters at all. It's blocking the pocket. It's actually on the rail next to the pocket.
Needs a lot of spin now to go away from this foot rail, right?
Yeah.
Not so many options when the cue ball is down there at the foot rail. It's hard to go, just like I said, it's hard to go from there into the center of the table. That's
Right.
where you need to go to get options. He get it almost. If the 2-ball can pass the 7, he's very okay. If not that okay.
Well, we're not going to tell from here.
He has to go for
Apparently
the 13.
not.
Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, he wanted to have the break shot a little bit closer to the rack.
and a tougher shot now. Yeah, I think his plan was to go around for the 14 so he could get the 7, and then the 2-5 looks so much easier once you move the 7.
No, he got too much of an angle on the 14 just to roll it in, so he has probably to go roll the cue ball into this 5-2-7
It's a critical shot.
block. Pretty, yeah. No, not into it. Going 2 rails to get a position on the 7. How about that?
That was a nice shot.
It's a pretty hard shot too.
It wasn't
to
a
get.
hanger to begin with, and he
Yeah.
went 2 rails on it and came up probably just enough that he can do what he wants to and play probably the 5 in the side or the 2 in the side.
I wonder if Diamond maybe uses 2 different kinds of rails, because when I remember the rails in Berlin at our club, they are way faster than those.
Way faster?
Way faster. I have to ask them if they sold them a different type here.
It's the European humidity factor.
No.
At the end of the rack, I got Mika coming in.
Okay, good. So that was a nice shot right there. You can play the 2, go 2 rails, and come up on the 15 for a nice break shot, and he'll only need
This is not a gimme.
rack and a half.
That's not an easy shot.
Well, he might have liked to have been a little better angle.
He has to stretch a little here.
I think he went to get his extension. Yes, he did. There we go.
Pretty perfect.
All right, we got Mika Immonen coming in for Andy Lincoln.
All right, good night,
And
folks.
Thank you very much, Andy. You did an excellent job this tournament. I really appreciate your help.
Hey, no problem, Alvin.
You always do an excellent job for the door season, for this tournament, and for everyone in pool. You're awesome, man.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you. Ralph Eckert, you're going to have the one and only Mika Immonen stepping in with you. He's going to give us a little bit of his time and talk about some things that happened. I couldn't
right.
believe what I just saw.
What did you saw?
The cue ball's rolling onto the spot as it moves around the table. It's flopping onto the spot. Mika noticed it, and we'll let him tell you about it
All right.
if he wants to.
Wow.
So,
I don't
hello,
wanna-
Mika.
I don't wanna- Hey, how you doing, Ralph? Let's not focus on the negatives. Wow, this is actually a little bit unlucky on the break.
Pretty tough shot after that nice break shot, right?
Yeah, Darren's on a good run here, as I understand.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs 23 more balls to finish it.
I thought it was a race to 175.
No, they change it. You know, we are pretty flexible as pool players, so
Oh.
now it's a race to 150.
See, I thought it was a race to 150. They changed it, and then our friend Darren Frank said it's a race to 175. But maybe he didn't know that they changed it.
Oh, I believe half of the half of the audience still
So
believe
it's
it goes to
between
175.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see real soon. And this is a tough cut shot. He just has to go, just make it. don't focus too much on the cue ball. I mean, you're gonna have a shot more likely. And
Yeah.
that's how you do it.
Need to have a lot of
He
bad
really-
luck to not to come out with a shot after that.
Yeah, he really just focused on on the target, just making the ball. But he should just. Looks like the table's wide open now. Maybe bump the 14 a little bit. He could create
A nice
like
break
a nice
shot.
break shot.
That's what
He doesn't want to get a weird roll behind the 5.
Sometimes you get
See,
really...
the cue ball is a little funny. Like, you know, it's a little bit worn out, and the spots on it, I think they are either flat or heavier than the rest of the ball. And it seems to land on the spots a lot of times.
But from this position, I would say he's just about to close the whole match, right?
Yeah, he's pretty much good favorite now. What is the score?
He's 27.
So he's
So
gonna be
after that-
141
Yeah,
and breaking.
9 balls after the next break shot.
Darren's, in my opinion, he sometimes starts a little shaky, but he's a strong finisher. But so is Thorsten. You know, I think this would have been the last chance of both players. You know, if Thorsten was to get on the table, he would probably clear the. You know.
I mean, there's still pressure going on. He knows exactly when, if he's going to make a mistake, that Thorsten is certainly ready to close the match by himself
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So.
And you kept the pressure also up on him when you played your semi-final, right?
Well, no, I mean, it was a little from both sides that we didn't perform up to par. And I had some trouble with the table speed, and some openings were a little strange. Like, I would open the rack, and then 3 balls would, like, glide together towards the rail and no shot. And then I had to come with something like a combo off the rack. And anyway.
Yeah, sometimes this
Well,
can happen. Bad rolls, good rolls also
Yeah.
happen. Not only in 9 ball or
You
so,
gotta-
it can also happen in straight ball.
Yeah, you gotta fade it. But I'm not gonna blame the rolls. I had plenty of opportunities. And here we are. He went a little bit too far on that shot, and now I'm wondering if he wants to just kill the cue ball, just kind of like a soft shot and take the angle and go up and down, or I would probably do that because it makes the pocket bigger.
It's still a
Just-
natural roll, even though it goes up and down
Right.
the table.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he wants to go up and down because just rolling it, I don't know if it's going to produce enough angle. So he's looking at the line that he wants to stay within.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty natural, you know, just top spin. And then he's in perfect position here.
Just 9 more balls to go.
This is a good position because you can manipulate the angle that the cue ball will hit the rack, because if you put topspin or draw or just a stun shot, you know, it's gonna, you know, you can affect the ball.
You can still,
You can still affect the target.
let's say the
But I
natural...
would, if I was him, I would look at the tangent line a little bit more, because
Sure.
you can still manipulate the tangent line.
You see, the tangent line leads him to the 5 ball, but
the
you can
5.
manipulate it to hit it the way you prefer it, maybe below.
I would
or
probably
bit
put a little
below or higher.
soft draw on it, just a little bit right spin. He doesn't want to whack it this time.
That's
There you
good.
go.
Nice. But
He's supposed to get a shot, but hey, well, he's got the 7 ball.
you got a 7.
Either that, yeah. The 7, the 5 might be on, but 7 looks better. So he needs 8 more balls.
Yeah, and the 7 might be the last ball, the last chance for him to miss.
Yes. It's a little tricky with, I don't know, the 315 is probably a combination if
He could
nothing
go for
happens
it.
to it.
He could go, but
He could.
but the
probably-
7 might be the better choice
Yeah,
here, right?
I don't like the way the cue ball would go if he goes for the combo. Maybe later. This could be the championship shot right here. Is he gonna have a shot? Yeah, there you
Yo,
go.
he got
That's a great shot. Again, he was just steady on that one.
He kept the control. He was not shooting it very hard, you know,
Yeah.
and hoping to get something out of
No,
it.
he was very controlled.
So if he needed 9 balls, so he can leave 6 balls on the table.
I think Darren, well, all the players at this level, you know, you learn to cope with the pressure, and this is the kind of moments that you look for actually in a game. You know, and there's a little bit of pressure, but you're towards the end, and you try to just control it, control your nerves, and hold on to the reins and not get ahead of yourself. Because he's obviously, this is like 100%. He's out like normally, right?
Some players even enjoy those moments when they feel this little pressure. They really, yeah, that's why I'm here.
Exactly. This is why we do this. You know, you have to learn to embrace the pressure. And I think that's one of the key things that maybe some less experienced players need to know, that, you know, the pressure is your friend. Actually, you know, you just learn to deal with this funny friend.
Don't see it as an enemy, right? If
Yeah.
you got problems with pressure, what you have to look for is to deal with it is get some pressure.
Exactly.
Try to get enter more tournaments and try to search for pressure moments and enjoy them when they finally come up.
Get out of the comfort zone and go into another zone.
Exactly.
So here we go. Is he gonna play topspin with a little inside English and get back on the 3 or 6?
Now he's fine.
Now he's
Just
good.
2 more
That was a
balls.
great shot. I think 6-9. What do you think?
How about 9-1?
How about 9? As in the German 9.
Okay, he's
Which
going
means
with-
no.
And here's the championship shot.
Okay, there we go. Darren's the reigning and defending and repeating champion
All
of this
right.
tournament.
So
And
thank you very much.
Thank you. I was happy to join you, Ralph, for the brief moment here. And those are the two straight-pull titans of the last couple of years. You know, Thorsten and Darren. They both, you know, exchanging punches for who wins the title.
Kind of dominating it.
Yeah.
You should come
I'm
back
afraid-
to
I'm
make it
afraid
more
so.
exciting, right?
I'm coming back. I'm on my way back. I just need to work on a few things, and I think yeah, you know, these guys are very steady and composed, and I need to work on that a little bit.
All right.
You know,
Those are nice
I got the
closing
game.
words. And I wish you good luck for the upcoming US Open now.
Yeah, thank you, Ralph. You will be there as well?
No, I'm scheduled in Germany for some lessons.
You have lessons. You're making that guaranteed money.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
thank you
good.
very much.
Thanks for all the viewers and listeners.
And thanks
hope to
for
see you
Diamond
soon.
Billiards. Thanks for putting up the event and
for all the
our sponsors.
Exactly, all the sponsors and my sponsors. Also, I'd like to thank Mezcues, Kamui, Tom, Moose Billiard Shoes, FXCN.
Great.
I mean,
come on, extend the list.
Amsterdam Billiards.
All right.
But
thank you very much.
I had to plug it a little bit. Other than that, I hope all the billiard fans will tune into the US Open this week. You can just, I'm not sure what the web stream is there, but you know, I'm sure it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
So see you guys soon.
All right. Goodbye.
And Alvin, thank you. Setting this up. Inside pool, baby. Yeah. Now we can talk shit about Alvin. I'm kidding.
Once again, great match. Thorsten is to be commended as well. You know, when you stop and think about, you take a look at that chart, who these players had to get through to get to this game. No small achievement.
Gosh, man. Get it all done at once. Wow, what a tremendous match. I was out there filming for the TV show, and I'm got to come in here and pay attention to the live stream as well. Thank you all for joining us here on the Billiard Channel. And that was the finals. Darren Appleton did it. Thorsten Hohmann. Hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in for the next match on the Billiard Channel. I just want to mention our sponsor again. That is www.savemoney, be energy efficient, and gogreen.com. They sponsored this event. Renewable clean energy plans with your existing utility companies in many areas. Save money, be energy efficient, and gogreen.com. As well as thanks to Muellers.com for all their continued support. Muellers.com. Order something from them. And let's see. Of course, Diamond Billiards treated me very well while I was here. And Megan did a great job. And I love you all out there in the pool world. This is Alvin Nelson signing out. Thanks a lot to Doug Wu as well. Did awesome on the camera. I believe he had an excellent experience as well. And we will catch up with you further down the road. So thanks a lot for joining us, and enjoy the next match. whatever it may be, and wherever you are. Good night.